Stop overthinking.
Everyone. Hello. Welcome to another podcast. I am your host, Gerald, and we are here with Spiritual Talks. And we're going to have a amazing spiritual talk, and it's going to be about getting out of your head and getting into your heart. A lot of us have got to where we are right now. Our best thinking, right, has gotten us right where we are. And we can't keep thinking our way to the next level, to the next stage, to the next part of our lives. We're going to have to go inside. We're going to have to, what does this feel like to me? What is this doing to me? What happens when I go and do this thing, right? That's what we have to ask ourselves, right? What am I feeling about this versus what do I think about this, right? The mind thinks, the heart knows, right? So we have to start listening to how we feel about situations instead of dissecting the situations from a mental standpoint. Meaning, instead of looking at, is this financially a good deal, you should also look at, does this make me feel good? Working at this job, yes, it pays my bills, but does it make me feel good? What do I mean by feel good? This job is giving me anxiety. When I get in my car and go to work, I'm stressed out. So, are we getting in our heads, or are we, is that a feeling? No, it's a feeling, right? You know that, right? So it's making sure you're respecting yourself, respecting your body, and noticing the clues. You're getting out of your head and you're getting into your heart. You're getting out of your head. What do I think I need to do? What does it feel like I need to do? How is my life transpiring and unfolding now that I am doing this thing? Whatever it is, right? If it's living in a bad neighborhood, right? If it's not spending enough time with your children, not spending enough time with your husband, your wife, etc., right? Noticing where you could feel more. Notice where, you know what, I'm really overthinking this. And overthinking means I'm really not in tune with how I feel. Too many people, as I go through life, I see this, and it's, oh my God. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm ranting. You know, but it's on purpose, right? This is because I see this so much in society. People are so in their head. Listen, your mind has so much inventory that has already been taken up. There's so many thoughts that are already in your mind that are, you don't need, listen, get out of your head. There's too much going on up there. We all agree that we don't really spend a lot of time in reality because we're in our mind thinking about the next thing, stressed out about tomorrow, the future. Oh, it looks. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Look, I got an Amber Alert. Oh my God. Stressed out about the future, stressed out about all kinds of stuff. Um, Even this, what just happened right now in with the podcast, an Amber Alert popped up on my phone, which is God forbid some child gets all these things that are happening in your mind, and we're thinking about these things. We've got to get out. We've got to get. How do we feel? We're not in touch with our emotions anymore because we're constantly thinking about stuff. We're not giving ourselves time to feel about anything. We're always thinking, right? So, whatever we're practicing, that's what we end up being good at. So, if you don't practice feeling and being inside of your emotions and being emotionally aware, then guess what? You're probably not emotionally aware because you don't spend time feeling anything. You're always thinking and thinking and thinking. Your mind needs a break. Your mind needs a break. It needs a break from thinking. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine your mind just needing a break. All the stuff going on up there just to get out of your mind and get into your heart. And I know that may sound foreign to some people, and a lot of people are thinking right now at 4 minutes into this podcast, Gerald, how do I get out of my head? How do I get into my heart? Right? How do I do that? Spending time in quiet spaces. That's a good one where there's no noise, right? Nature, the ocean, lakes. You have to start aligning your life with things that serve you, things that make you feel better about yourself, because too many things have taken you away and they don't make you feel good about yourself. Too many things have your attention mentally and it's not helping you. So, what does that mean? That means that you're going to have to start carving out your life in a way that serves you. And what do I mean by carve? Meaning you're going to start aligning and doing things that make you feel better about being alive. You're getting out of your mind and you're getting into your heart. If you're going to be here, at least enjoy the ride. Come on. People want to go to heaven because they're not figuring it out up down here on earth. Listen, listen. Let's figure it out here. We don't have to go anywhere. Let's get happy here on planet Earth, right? There's so many amazing things that you can do that allow you to get in tune, to get aligned with your heart, to get in line with yourself. But you got to make yourself available emotionally, mentally, meaning, is this a craving? Is this something that you are thinking about? Is this something that you are even realizing that's happening? That you're too much into your head and you're not into your heart. You're not into your emotions. You're not into your feelings. When was the last time you cried? I cried this morning, actually. I cried this morning. I was watching a Instagram post, and it was in India. And these people, I have an affinity for the homeless, and I feed the homeless a lot. I really do. Every Thanksgiving, I used to make meals out of my kitchen and go and feed the homeless, and get sponsorships from plates and stuff from different companies, which were they were so gracious to help out, which is amazing. And yeah, and so I would go and give out these plates to the homeless. And I saw this post on Instagram today, and it really brought me to tears because I think about how many people walk around and ignore homeless people and people that are in need and people that are hungry and people that are thirsty. And I think about that little verse in a book called the Bible. A lot of people have heard of it, maybe have read it a few times, and it's a little verse in the Bible, and it says, "When I was hungry, did you feed me? When I was thirsty, did you offer me a drink? When I was naked, did you clothe me?" And I think about Christianity, and I think about religions, and I think about all of these things living here in America. And I think about, how is it that with any level of sanity in your heart, you walk by these people and you don't feed them, you don't give them water, you don't give them your clothes, you don't, like, in the most wealthiest nation, how do we walk over these people? Because we're in our heads, we're not in our hearts. We're walking around ignoring homeless people, walking over them like they're dogs in the streets. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And I was crying this morning because I see it happen so much. I can't go and feed everybody, but I wish people would just give a damn. Just get out of their head for a second and say, I when I see a homeless person, I think that that was somebody's daughter. When they were small, I know they didn't want to be homeless. I know when they were in kindergarten and first grade, when people asked them, what did they want to be when they grew up? I guarantee you, no one said they wanted to be homeless. But yet and still, somebody's daughter, somebody's son, somebody's mom, somebody's dad is out there on the streets. And because we're in our heads and not in our hearts, we ignore them. So this goes beyond our own personal lives and getting out of our heads and into our hearts. How is it affecting society? How is you being in your head influencing the rest of society? How are you ignoring things because you're in your mind? You're driving by people in need because you're not in your heart. You're in your head. And you can't contribute to society. You can't give back in a meaningful way because you're constantly thinking about other things that don't serve you or humanity. What's the purpose of being here? You live, you work, you die, and you leave? Is that it? Is that what is that? I mean,